Hey, what's up guys? It's ElasticSpyder here, and in today's video we've got yet another community replay. You guys have been so awesome in sending in all of your best gameplay, and we really do appreciate it. As always, if you would like to send in a replay that you think we would enjoy and you'd like to get it featured on our channel, send it to BIA@worldofwarships or BIAworldofwarships@gmail.com. There you go. And include, obviously the screenshots, the game replay, and finally a very short description, and we will certainly have a look. So we are featuring someone that has recently also gotten featured, not too long ago, but it's been a good amount of time. D-Mags. This time he's with some of his buddies. He's playing in his Kurfürst, and we'll just have to see how this one goes. So, one might notice that he also does have the paint job, so the premium paint job, so that's awesome. I'm still working on my Kurfürst, but I'm sure this is going to be an awesome replay. So, looks like most of the team is going towards C. Probably some will head towards B as well, and yeah, probably do some work. That is the best way to go about this on this side of the map, the north spawn, is to always go BC. Even on the south side, you still want to go BC. Reason being, A is so hard to defend, or B is so hard to defend from A, and vice versa. So whereas C is pretty easy to defend from B, and B is pretty easy to defend from C. So that's the main reason. Another reason is that the two islands connecting A and B together, those two large ones, they are very big and very they create a choke point going from A to B, so it is kind of hard to maneuver for torpedoes, and you can just keep throwing torpedoes down that aisle and you will never get past there. But so his first shots of the day actually went at that Kaaba, and he did manage to get one hit, but his second salvo ended up just barely missing the Edinburgh's stern. So bit unfortunate, but certainly it's only been 3 minutes into the game, so there's still a lot of time left. Shoots at the Bismarck sitting still. Looks like he was just about to start reversing. Full salvo, 12 guns. Have to check the reload to see whether it's 406 or 420, but regardless, you can see from the damage counter in the top right hand corner, that was about 17,000 point salvo, which certainly not bad at all. I do like this. He is focusing destroyers whenever they get spotted. He knows the importance of shooting destroyers, which is certainly something that all of you should know. Shooting destroyers is the utmost importance if you would like to win, because without destroyers it becomes infinitely more difficult for your team to push into an objective without taking substantial losses. Enemy Kurfürst is showing decent amounts of broadside, gets a nice 13k salvo. The return salvo from that enemy Kurfürst does minimal damage. Secondaries are on the New Orleans. Obviously, secondary build, pretty typical on German battleships. Waiting for the New Orleans to turn, but he doesn't fully turn, which again is a bit of a shame. And he looks like he's going to escape. Gets respotted there, but it looks like D-Mags does not notice that. Oh, looks like he is actually typing in chat. Not a bad idea to push up, but again, every destroyer and every cruiser cannot push up without some battleships help, so looks like D-Mags might be doing just that. Shoots at the rune that's reversing. Secondaries are going. Only 7k hit. Not too bad. Certainly with that angle that the rune was giving him the last time he was spotted, certainly would have liked to have a slightly better certainly like to have a certainly better damage result from that. Iowa showing broadside. Oh boy, this should not be. This should be good. Hopefully, 2 citadels, not bad. 28,000, and we're already up to 80,000 damage. Kurfürst in smoke, always a dirty thing with those secondaries going. But unfortunately, no one's at A, so A is completely left for the enemy destroyers to get. Iowa's still sailing broadside because he feels like he is not. He does not need to turn. Doesn't get quite punished, quite as punished as probably DMAGs would like. Secondaries, as always, are going crazy, setting fires and such, because that's just what German battleships do. Thug life. The thug life of a German battleship. So, if I were DMAGs, I would probably get moving right now. Smoke is most likely fading, and also he does need to push. But 2 citadels and 45,000 points of damage to that Iowa is certainly no joke. Moskva is pushing through. Iowa's dead. Just got killed there. And Kurfürst is in a bit of trouble. So, as I mentioned earlier, the enemy destroyer that was at B grabbed B, and then now he's on his way to A. So he is going to get some nice cap XP. But DMAG's team really needs to pull together. They are going to start getting behind. Moskva's his armor definitely helped him there. Obviously, whenever I'm in a Moskva, it never turns out that way, but that's a story for another video. Kurfürst that grounded. Again, backing up and showing broadside to another Kurfürst is never a good idea. Let's see how much damage. 20,000, not bad. Again, 5 penetrating salvos. Typically, you're not going to get citadels. Usually around 12 kilometers is the best range to get citadels on German battleships, just because the turtleback armor is such that it's actually the weakest at around that distance. Magi's given a decent amount of broadside, but he actually slows down, and a lot of those actually bounce. But secondary is just going wild. I'm sure he is selecting the Kaaba. Actually, he's selecting the Amagi. Would have liked to see the Kaaba get focused there, just get a few cheap hits, because damage to a destroyer is significantly more important than damage to a battleship. Atago's torps, let's see if they'll run out. Does not look like they will. That means flooding damage for DMAGs. So he repairs that. He managed to get high caliber in the bag. Secondaries, as always, are going crazy, but his team is kind of falling apart. Again, not the most ideal scenario ever. But looks like, see, there's a Kurfürst. No one wants to finish him off. Again, a bit surprising. Looks like shells are coming in there, but they either bounced or missed. Atago showing broadside. It's moral of the story of this game, I didn't know how this team didn't do better. So much broadside was being shown throughout this game, but again, no rewards there. Missouri pushed in to C. The Iowa in DMAG's division is in need of trouble. Most of the time, Missouri's probably going to win this battle. I don't know how much the Citadel bulkhead, or I think that's what it's called, Citadel bulkhead, is slightly better on the Missouri, so I don't know how much that will actually help. But DMAGs is here to the rescue to help his buddy. I'm sure that his buddy is more than competent, and the Edinburgh actually takes him out. Now, DMAG's pushing into the cap once more, trying again. His buddy goes down in the Iowa. The Amagi did end up killing him. Again, a taco showing broadside. And that is a citadel and a half. 20,000 damage. Secondaries are going at him. And rear two guns, or the front two guns, rather, only get 2 overpens. Secondary, this should be a kill for the secondaries. Sooner or later. Da 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 da. Waiting. If I were him, I wouldn't have shot. I wouldn't have shot my guns, but whatever. It's just a small thing. Again, I don't, on such a low HP target, I typically wouldn't shoot torpedoes, or I wouldn't shoot main guns, just for the fact that if there's anything else that is in the in my angle of fire, then I could make better use of my main battery. But this is nice to see. Kaba is getting focused by the secondaries, and but unfortunately D-Mags is going to have to start moving here. He's been going around the cap a few times, and his team has been doing the same, but unfortunately time is running out, certainly for him and his team. However, it's still pretty close, 5v5, so certainly they are still in it. However, our destroyer buddy that is sitting in E9 is certainly not helping the cause. See if we can do some mild torpedo beats here. Nothing too deadly. Fletcher gets spotted, and we should expect him dead. He's spotted. He's going to be spotted for a while. And D-Mags finishes him off. For whatever reason, again, 1 overpen does 4,000 damage. That thing is still screwed up. I'm definitely considering turning that off. I would have liked to see, well, we'll see, but I would like to see D-Mags turn and rush these guys. I think that would be a very good option, because Kurfürst at 58,000 health can certainly do quite a bit of damage to these guys, and they would actually push the issue, forcing them to come play with them rather than sail away. But certainly in German battleships, a lot of the time you do want to sail away just because of the secondaries. But I think in this situation, with a Bismarck in the area, I think it's not a bad idea to rush him. Kaba gets focused. You can see him move his camera there, so secondaries should start be shooting at him. But it looks like the Bismarck's going to go out, still alive and still possibly doing damage. Moskva moves forward just slightly, and 7k is not nearly enough to finish him. Kaba moves out of the range of his secondaries, so Moskva immediately gets focused as a priority target. Slowing down just to get one more salvo off to try and kill this Moskva a little bit quicker. Tirpitz kills the Kaba. That is good. And there we go. There's the kill. So that is awesome. 2 battleships left versus 5 ships on our team, 2 of which are battleships, 2 of which are also cruisers, and 1 destroyer that's kind of been sitting in the back for most of the game. Looks like the Bismarck was able to go unspotted, but thankfully he's got a catapult fighter which allows him to spot this Bismarck, and with 15,000 damage to the belt, D-Mags managed to kill yet another player for 3 kills, and oh boy, he is pretty ecstatic. So looking at the scoreboard, it looks like his team has got this. 5v1 is a very tough situation, especially in a battleship. So this guy's asking whether 406 or 420, and D-Mags does confirm that he is running 420s. Again, still a bit of a toss-up between the 406 and the 420s, but certainly 420s is not a bad option. Having a little bit better pen is certainly certainly a good idea. Shells go into the Magi, but they just slightly miss. So it's been nice to see a replay that features yet another German battleship, but certainly a replay that also is pretty. It was a pretty hard carry, I have to say. 325,000 damage is certainly not a run-of-the-mill game whatsoever. Let's see if he can get some more damage. Another 10k salvo, so we're up to 334. So this is, again, a pretty good carry. And looks like the Amagi's going to burn to death pretty soon here. And the Baltimore ends up finishing him off. Alright, so looking at the screenshots, 334,034 damage. Certainly the best I've ever seen, and certainly beats my personal record. 179 secondary hits, 3 kills, 5 citadels, and hey, 1 plane shot down, not bad. Confederate Dreadnought High Caliber, 404,000 credits, 8,000 XP rather. Been doing that a lot lately, and 1,600 free XP. He obviously topped the team with 330,000 damage. You would expect that. 2,732 base XP. Of course, that plane, as I always say, put him above the second earner on his team. I'm just kidding. Looking at the damage layout, fires 14,000, secondary battery 50,000 damage. That's what I like to see. And the main battery 272,000. Certainly awesome. Potential damage tanked 2.6 million. That's awesome. That's pretty typical German battleship numbers. At least that's what I've been experiencing. And the friendly credits, again, actually a bit surprising. He is running, he does not have premium accounts, so certainly the credits would have been much better. You can see there 505, but that's okay because 175,000 at T10 is certainly nice. But again, look at he's got the flag, he's got the camo, and that's what's saving him on the service costs. But I hope you guys enjoyed this replay as always. It's ElasticSpyder here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.